recover. Yes, yes. So now I'd like to now switch again because I got Leann over there who's part of P.E.E.R.S, who's been envisioning this thing and who's been doing all of this wraparound services and specifically really targeting that particular thing. Now I know you work with a gentleman by the name of Harry Caldwell and Sharon King, and you're up there with all the main folk that's really been living this walk and helping folk come out of it, and they're doing a great work of outreach, right? So part of what you do as well as outreach. Tell us a little bit about that outreach piece. How is that?
Well, if I could be any animal in this organization, I would be a butterfly, because that's what I do. I make connections in the community. I build relationships. Like, I'm the liaison between the community and the organization, and that is my main purpose there.
Wow, P.E.E.R.S is one of my favorites. The work that P.E.E.R.S was doing, I mean, I've seen a lot of groups come along, a lot of organizations, but P.E.E.R.S really took real liking to my own heart, being that they got one of my own up in there, Mr. Caldwell, who was trained directly, professionally from me, and he's sharp. He ran a facility, and he helped a whole lot of people. I think we transitioned over 450 people through that facility that had mental health issues, and a lot of them are living productive, normal lives today. So you're with the right team of folks.
And P.E.E.R.S has a group of wonderful, wonderful people. Everyone there is just, I feel like they are, I don't know if they're quite enlightened, but they're getting there. We're all getting to the point where we're becoming aware and freely engaging in mental health services.
That's good. That's good. I think down the line you guys are going to do even greater works, and I'm very thankful to be able to collaborate with P.E.E.R.S. And I just, mental health department out in the county in general, I think they're on a new wave of dealing with mental illness and mental health from a whole nother disposition. And I spent a lot of time on the Food Consumer Champions as a steering committee rep, and also the Social Justice Advisory Committee of the state of California, where I sat on the round table discussing and looking at how counties would be embraced with financial support systems to do other types of programs like outreach. So I was a part of that. So we're thankful that you're out there and you're doing the work. You mentioned another program in San Francisco.
The Mental Health Association of San Francisco, they have a speaking bureau, just like P.E.E.R.S has a speaking bureau called Lift Every Voice in the City.
Okay.
What I originally started out with was with SOUL, and SOUL stands for Sharing Our Lives, Voices, and Experiences.
Wow.
And it's a speaking bureau where we go and give presentations to the community about our own personal experience with mental illness and how we overcame it. And we give resources and suggestions on things that the community can do to become more aware of mental health issues and advocate for them.
Wow, that's wonderful. That's good. And the more the merrier. You didn't speak very much about any programs or stuff like that you're engaged in with the loved ones. Have they, or do you know of any programs? And what county? I mean, where did this happen for you throughout your life?
Well, it was mainly in Contra Costa County, and unfortunately, no, I'm not involved with any programs or associations. Just specifically, it being family related. Unfortunately, so just we share experiences on a personal level only. But the incident over the course of years was Contra Costa County.
Contra Costa. Wow. So right away,
a family member mainly dealt with the facility in Napa.
Okay. Yeah.
But I do want to say that you're going to start seeing a lot more mental health, especially prevention and early intervention programs starting to pop up, because Mental Health Association and some others got Prop 63 passed, which is the Mental Health Services Act, which means that every penny on a dollar made over $1 million goes to fund mental health services. So we're seeing these programs pop up all over the East Bay, all over San Francisco, and it's just a wonderful movement that we're a part of.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that also happens in mental health that we don't pay attention to very much, but we're starting to because of those type of programs, such as reentry services that lead right into mental health issues, and post-traumatic through war. They come home, you teach me how to shoot a gun, but you don't teach me how not to shoot a gun. You can become mental. You don't the readjustment back into society is all mental. So I definitely commend you for your efforts and what you're doing. And it's just really good to have a down-home, heartfelt story around the house. You appear to be such a private type of person, but I know that the family probably just dealt with that issue internally. And that's why I thought having you two on the show today would actually share and bring some things out that maybe will benefit you as well as benefit you from a family standpoint. So that's really wonderful. Again, Mental Health and Ministry here tonight at Sunset with Dr. J. You can see us at YouTube, Sunset with Dr. J on YouTube, or you can check us out on the World Wide Web at eurohouse.org. And then if you have questions specifically, you can call the office number again. It's 510-567-3173. And if there's someone out there in general that you would like to send a special shout out to, that maybe a family person or someone that you know that may be having issues right now, that you might want to say, hey, you need to seek some help, would you like to share with us?
More or less just to make a final statement, that a lot of times, like I said once before, a lot of people are unaware that they're even that they have a mental condition. People are lost and concerned and uncertain, and their behavior and their actions let you know that there's something wrong. But a lot of people don't want to be told that they should go and maybe check things out to be clear if it is a condition or not. So all I can recommend is for people in general, not just family members, but people in general, if you think that there's something wrong, seek help. There's a lot of help out there, and I appreciate Leann and some of the organizations and associations you're involved with, and Dr. Lowry, you as well. But I just need for people to really consider seeking help if you know that you have a problem. And there's a lot of people that are in denial that really need to seek help. God bless you.
That's good. That's good. Leann, is there anyone in particular, any family members?
Well, my mother and father definitely have really helped me, but my main supporter in all of this is my partner of 4 years, Michael Leasing.
All right, Mike.
Yay, Mike. Yay. He's done a wonderful job. I've gotten through mania with him, and if it wasn't for his support, I would ended up 5150 in the hospital, experiencing some more traumatic events in the hospitals. And because of that, he said, no, just sit down, no, don't go out, don't scream out on, And his support has really helped me a lot,
Wow, that's very special. And for me, first of all, I send a shout out to W.C. McClendon, who gives us the opportunity to utilize the network to bring this information right into your living room or into your internet screen, and you can understand that there is help out there. Personalized help, private help, family help. There's all types of ways you can get support systems by being around individuals that are living through this thing and living normal lives. It's very important that we understand that there is help and that we do tap in. Sometimes you just need somebody to hold your hand. So we thank you again, W.C. McClendon, Lawrence J. Ruett out there. We thank God for you and the family. And we just really appreciate all the work that's being done over at P.E.E.R.S. and Brother Harry Caldwell, the purchase. And there's a lot of stuff going to come your way through Dr. Penn, man. Keep your heads up. They can come and keep purchase moving right on through that mental health system and touching the streets. Really touching hand to hand on the streets and getting the loved ones up off the streets is very important. We got people living in the gutters and the alleys, people sleeping on the streets, behind buildings, in the doorways. That stuff is sort of unethical, and I do believe it has some mental substance to it, and it needs to be addressed. Poverty is one thing, mental illness is another thing.